Okay, so let's look at the following general questions based on the GCSE Physics examination standard and curriculum. Let's check it out together. Right. Alright. Infrared waves are transverse waves. Complete the sentence. In a transverse wave, the direction of oscillation is perpendicular to the direction of energy transfer by the waves. Our students investigated how the color of a surface affects the rate at which the surface emits infrared radiation. Okay, so based on this information, when will the flask emit infrared radiation at the greatest rate? So to be during the first minute. Why? And the reason is because that is when we have that is where we have the greatest temperature difference. The greatest temperature difference between the hot water and the surrounding. So during the first minute, that's where we have the greatest temperature difference between the hot water and the surrounding. Alright, another student investigated the absorption of infrared radiation by different surface colors. The student filled 4 hollow metal cubes with cold water. Each cube was the same size but had a different surface color. The cubes were then placed the same distance from an infrared heater. After 10 minutes, the students measured the temperature increase of the water inside each cube. What was a dependent variable in this investigation? So obviously, the dependent variable is the final temperature. The final temperature. So which changes after 10 minutes. Table 1 shows the results. Okay, from this table, we are being asked to give 2 conclusions that can be made from the results in table 1. So from this table, we can say that number 1, black surfaces do have a greater temperature increase than white surfaces. And secondly, we can say that matte surfaces have a greater temperature increase than shiny surfaces of the same color. Figure 2 shows one of the cubes. The cube is filled with water. The weight of the cube exerts a pressure on the bottom of the cube. Okay, then we're asked which equation currently links area, force, and pressure. So obviously, pressure equals to force over area. So this is the correct option. Then the last question. The water pressure at the bottom of the cube is the pressure. Calculate the force. So pressure is force over area. So pressure 1500 equals to force over. So the area will be 0.12 multiplied by 0.12 which will give me 0.0144 meters squared. So 0.0144. So we cross multiply, F will give me 1500 multiplied by 0.0144. So F will give me 21.6 Newton. So that will be 21.6 Newton. That's my final answer. Thank you all. God bless you.